Hello, ahlan wa sahlan, keef hal, marhaban bikum my tribe. You are with your show host Rags. And let me quickly start a quote today. Did you guys know, in the right light, at the right time, everything looks extraordinary. And a big shout out going here to the Dubai officials for keeping us very evolved when it comes to sustainable lighting. Now, my channel throws a lot of light, there I said it again, on a lot of sustainability and being renewable and responsible and resourceful. Please welcome, sharing my screen to the other end, my dearest friends, Mr. Ajay Avtani and Mrs. Komal Ajay Avtani, and they run this really interesting concept called the Nakashi lighting. Hello, and welcome to the Rags Show, guys. How are you doing?
Thank you, Raki. How are you?
I'm very well. And I have to say that I'm super excited, not because we are acquaintances, but because I've researched about the work that you've done. And I think it's time all our viewers, not only in United Arab Emirates, but all across the globe, let's learn a new way to switch on that light, baby. So are we ready, Ajay?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Komal? Yeah, okay, let's go for it. So my question for you is sustainable lighting more expensive than the common methods of lighting, Ajay? Do you want to take this one?
Yes, LEDs are the most sustainable type of lights, and indeed, initially they are expensive, but over a period of time, certainly not, considering the right purchase made. So if you compare the LEDs to halogen, they just consume 10% of the energy for the same amount of light, and 50% in case of the fluorescent. So if you have, if you convert, if you have a 50-watt halogen, you can just use a 5 to 6 watt LED. You're good to go with the same light.
Wow. Thanks for confirming this. And I know many viewers, you have to see this entire interview from the start to beginning, and you're going to top this up with a lot more information now. Okay, Ajay, question number 2. Is sustainable lighting easy to have if where we stay is hot and arid, which is in the United Arab Emirates, right? Also, can you tell us, is it safe during the rains and the monsoons?
Sure, it is easy to have. I mean, there are a lot of suppliers selling LED lights, but as I earlier mentioned, that we need to have the right kind of purchase to it to ensure that the lifespan is long of the product that you're buying. And now the LEDs, these are small diodes, very small diodes, and they emit light, but at the same time, they generate a lot of heat, and they have the tendency to kill themselves. So you may have noticed that LEDs are mounted on huge aluminum bodies. This is so that the heat is dissipated over there and the lifespan is enhanced. So as you were asking for the hot and arid conditions, for outdoor conditions, we have huge aluminum fixture bodies. That's the reason the entire fixture is very heavy. And at our factories, we tend to test the products to last, to perform at 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. So when it comes to 50 degrees Celsius in Dubai during the peak summer, no issues. It's perfectly fine. And for the waterproofing, there are also waterproofing tests. So there is indoor waterproofing, which is like for washrooms, for kitchens, outdoor waterproofing for rains. And we have certain lights which can be also put in underwater, under swimming pool. So they're good to go with that.
Ajay, you are such an you are an immense, tremendous, this whole dollop of information. I'm so glad that I picked you for sustainable lighting and no one else. Okay, let me quickly move on. So how has light pollution challenged experts to move towards sustainable and responsible lighting?
I'll take that one.
Sure, Komal, go for it.
Lights use a lot of energy. They waste a lot of energy. Compared to that, definitely the fluorescent lighting is more effective. Again, it's not directional. With LED lighting, it's directional, and it uses 95% of its energy into producing light. So you see there itself, the pollution is reduced, the power plants are working for lesser time, we have more effectiveness. So it has greatly contributed to reducing.
I'm so happy to see this avatar, Komal, of yours. Let's go for the question number 4. What's the impact of lighting on human well-being? Now, this I thought was a very important question in my bank today. Would you agree, Komal?
Absolutely, Raki. And it's human well-being in all. Lighting greatly impacts the physical and mental well-being.
Sure.
It's almost like an interior design, right? We do so much interior designing into our house because interior design places definitely lift up the ambience and the moods of the people. So similarly, how well do we all know that, poorly lit workplaces the staff feels a lot of stress and anxiety. The tremendous benefits of LED lighting or any lighting, the impact on human beings is great. So it not only leads to like, deeper concentration, better sleep patterns, but also motivation. It reduces stress and anxiety, increases concentration. So to a great extent, your answer in one word would be huge. I think the impact is huge.
Wow, wow. Thank you, Komal, for shedding light on that. Okay, moving on to the next one. What's the impact of lighting on social and economic sustainability? Now, you guys know my channel speaks volumes on how we can be sustainable. So, can you shed some light on this, guys?
Right. See, social sustainability, Raki, I explained in the previous question where it is about workplaces and homes. Economic sustainability, it again is a huge impact because we know that LED lighting uses lesser energy again. So do you know, as I was mentioning to you in our casual chat, that in 2007, US recorded the highest use of energy and electricity. Their bills went skyrocketing high, and a lot of research and development was done into it. And today, even Dubai, our economy is so sustainable. If you see, the usage of energy is reduced. Only because we all have moved into more sensible lighting, LED lighting, because it ultimately helps the factories. It reduces their working time and helps the economy. Also, your cost, it's so cost effective. The cost of conventional fixtures, one, the cost is high, and then the lifespan is short. So it's majorly impacting the economy. So I think sensible buying by all of us and the great, innovative government that we have.
Of course, of course. Do you want to give a big shout out to that, right? To the governments and how they've moved forwards and how they've evolved over these years. Now, Ajay and I are both kiddos from United Arab Emirates. I'm even born here and bred here. So I know I've done my homework well. And how we've evolved, Ajay, do you remember those days? Those were the days when we did a lot of those other lights, and now everything is sustainable. Even in our community where I live, you walk and the light flashes, and then you walk back and the light, just goes off. So a big shout out, even to the developers these days. Everything's changing. I think we are evolving as a community. So let's quickly move on. Now, are there any new products which you have introduced, Nakashi, which we can say are the need of the hour?
Yes, we have two products that are coming up very soon. One being for the pandemic situation that we are in right now. So we have a UVC light, which is a portable light. It is aimed at neutralizing 99.9% of the germs, and that also includes the COVID viruses. So what we were initially doing is that we noticed that a lot of factories were basically manufacturing this product, but with less knowledge. They would say that this is an LED light. You just scan it like 5 times over the product. And
that is true.
Yeah, but we actually came across this thing that, from like in Italy, they did a research that a certain amount of dosage is required to kill the COVID. And in case of that dosage is not met, you will not be doing it. So it totally depends on the distance you keep from the surface, the light, plus for the number of seconds. And this is what we've done. We've done all the analysis on this. We have all the, like on our website, this product is listed. And we've mentioned that at what distance is the dosage and how many seconds you need to light it up above the surface to make sure that the viruses are neutralized. And that is one of the things. And plus the UVC light is really harmful. This is another thing which people have not discussed about. Like the sun rays, they consist UVA, B, and C. And UVC is cancerous. It is very dangerous. It is it really ruins the DNA of the skin, and it can cause skin cancer. But the ozone layer apparently filters out the UVC. So what sunlight we get from the sun is UVA and B. Whereas this UVC light, people are not talking about how dangerous can this be to human beings. So we have a system wherein this light, if it's like, if you switch on the light, if you're scanning the surface, you're fine. The moment you tilt it to 45 degrees, the light cuts off, so it doesn't harm you. And once you're back down, you're good to go. It just continues. You don't switch it on again. So this is what we are coming up. That's one of the product that we are actually looking forward to.
Wow, this really sounds, it just not only sounds exciting, but even when you were saying, your eyes were lighting up, and I think my mind was lighting up actually.
That's the passion he has for what he does. So.
Yeah, but then my mind was also lighting up because, there are so many things, Komal, that we just being, because we don't know much about lighting. I wouldn't know. So, when we hear it from somebody like Nakashi themselves, definitely, now we know what we're buying. Now we know what we have to buy. So viewers, talking to you, you just heard my friend, and now you know what they are selling and how this can help us during the whole pandemic. So what are we waiting for? Let's move on to the next question. What are your top tips to save energy whilst light installations?
Okay, the first thing being moving from halogen and fluorescence to LED. As you know, you will save a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Second thing I would say is that the use of motion sensors, because you must have noticed that, like for example, parking lots where there are like not many cars moving at only times when people go in and come out. Only that's when the light is needed. But the lights over there switched on 24/7. So you can add motion sensors, which is going to detect any motion, light up for maybe a minute or 5, how much ever you set it, and then it cuts off the light. So you're saving hours of electricity on it. That is second thing. And third thing would be solar panels. You can have solar panels installed above your villa, for example, and rather than you can have the sun giving you all the energy for your light. But that is actually quite expensive right now, considering the installation expenses. So if you calculate your return on investment, you will require a number of years for your amount to actually come out. So I would say we still need to wait for solar, but for the time being, LEDs and motion sensors would really work well.
Right. But having said that, guys, we can still be, responsible and do our parts. And like Ajay very rightfully said, maybe we can do this in different areas, in smaller parts, in smaller fragments. But guys, just be responsible. This is our planet, and we all need to, just move a step forward and do our bit. Okay, let's quickly move on. Again, when I said move, do our part, my next question is on that. So we do our part and you do yours. What's your message to our viewers, Nakashi, for keeping in mind always related to lighting? I know you've already touched upon certain topics, but what is it that you want the viewers to know?
See, as a supplier, it is our duty to make sure that we provide high quality products at fair prices. And we are very glad to help the customers, with all the knowledge that we've amassed all this while. So we are very happy to help them and to suggest them with the right light. So this is what we do our end. And what we would want the customers to understand now, commonly there are obviously cheap products which are really bad at this thing, and there are high quality which will cost a lot. So when it comes to choosing that, people tend to go in for cheaper products thinking that, oh, this is what we can buy now and we can possibly keep changing a couple of times. And that may just come up to the same cost of the high quality. But what they don't understand, they don't consider is that your initial expense is less. But over the period of time, you're wasting all the time and energy of changing that product. And plus your interior will look shabby.
The place looks messy.
Yeah, messy.
The lighting temperature varies.
So it tends to go off, and then you want something which is there once installed, it's looking nice, and that's the purpose, and you have the right people backing you up with the warranty. So
choose wisely. I think that's it. Definitely everybody would want a lower cost, but sometimes you need to look into the quality as well.
Nicely said, guys. Choose wisely, viewers. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about Dubai now. Okay, so has Dubai evolved, and have the lighting requirements changed over time?
Oh, definitely. Dubai is a beautiful place, and it's like, a lot of people dream to live in this city. It's a beautiful city. So yes, this is if you see all the structures in Dubai, they're so beautifully lit up. I mean, they're some of the best structures in the world, and they've done a superb job. I mean, one example would be you must have noticed Lamer by Miraz, the way they have lit up that, and if you see the way, though it's a modern design, the entire structure, it's excellent. But the lighting is so good on it that if you compare it between the daytime and when the sun is down, you will like it when it's daytime, when it's during the day, but you will love it when it's in the night. The way they've done the lighting area, So I mean, had they compromised on the facade lighting, Lamer wouldn't be what it is today. So
sure. What a beautiful example. Yeah, but he's so right. It's such a beautiful example to give, because it just uplifts your mood, and you just want to. So the whole ambience changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So I think this is our finale question, guys. So is LED lighting the new intelligent technology? If so, how can you explain this in very, very short to us?
I would say energy efficient, a long lifespan,
Hmm.
and so many numerous kind of fixtures to play with. So they
Hmm.
will literally, like, enhance the beauty of your indoor and outdoor area by leaps and bounds.
And definitely, even security issues, like they help greatly with everything.
Yeah, yeah. So now let's tell the viewers also why Nakashi, because our channel stands for the Whole Support for Support campaign. And what I want our viewers to do is if you can leave us a very nice comment on what you guys have gauged and on what you guys have picked up and learned from our darling Nakashi lighting. Nakashi, thank you very much for being on our show. And I do hope, and on behalf of so many other viewers and on behalf of the One with Rags channel, you should be successful in whatever you do, because hey, you know what, you guys are already so responsible, so keep sharing that responsible pixie with everyone around.
Thank you so
Do you
much.
Thank
have
you for having us.
any one more message before we say bye to the viewers?
You want to go ahead, Ajay?
I would just say that I would wish everyone the best, and for any customer coming our doorway, I mean, we would love to help them out. We are really
Sure.
passionate about for what we do.
Of
So
course you are.
we really wish everyone the best, and we
Sure.
wish you the best for that as
Thank
well.
you, Ajay. Thank you, Komal.
Thank you
One
for having
last
us.
thing before we leave, I just wanted to check if at all people have any online queries. Would you be willing to take that up as well?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that Ajay is doing is always willing to answer on WhatsApp and
I know that about him, and that's why I asked this question. So for my global
actually has
viewers,
a
so
WhatsApp
for my,
icon, so you can just go
yeah,
into that, and whatever
done.
query you have, we'll be more than
Sure.
happy to answer.
Sure, we'll definitely push out handles, and definitely I'll get some information from you guys as well on how you would like to be contacted by the viewers. And for the viewers listening in globally, wherever you live, whatever you do, this is one thing that I think it's the need of the hour. So if you have any questions related to lighting on or how you want to be educated on how you can now sustainably move forward, so you know what you have to do. This is your show host Rags, Komal Ajay. One more time, Shukran Jazilan. Please don't go anywhere. Stay on the page. I'll just quickly say bye to the viewers and be with you guys. This is your
Absolutely.
show
Thank
host
you.
Rags. Until I see you in the next, I hope you guys learned, picked up, and we're going to act responsibly now. Stay safe, everyone. Wear your mask, wear your gloves, and do maintain the social distancing norms. We are doing a lot of work with the Dubai police right now, and this is all they have to say to us.